Melissa Chua with FilAmTV. We're here in Sherman Oaks, California at the Kempo Karate Evolution. Today we're here to witness the Filipino Combat Systems Cali crew present Filipino martial arts movements including Silat and Panantukan.
One is going to be up to the temple. Okay. Now you notice I'm not going to go through like most 12 counts. You need to retract back. 1, retract. 2, that's the on bone. Okay. 3, now I'm going to go into the rib section.
You learned a lot more about your culture and what it means to be a Filipino American.
Big time. As a matter of fact, as myself growing up and a lot of other Filipino Americans, sometimes, especially my generation, we didn't even know we had an art. We didn't know we had an own martial art. It was always either karate or kung fu or taekwondo. But later on, throughout my years, I realized, oh my God, there's a Filipino martial art, and it was very popular, and it was actually portrayed in movies a lot, it just wasn't ever announced. And because of that, I was also realizing that I've done some of the cultural dances, and learning the history about that, realizing that even some of the martial art moves were really in the dances. It's very cliche.
How do you think the Filipino community can actually bridge that gap from Filipino Americans who have no clue about their culture or know very little about their culture and those who are very involved with the culture like yourself?
Well, first thing is actually watch the movies. It's in the movies, and question the movies.
What movies?
Specifically, the most popular, all the Bourne Supremacy type, all the Jason Bourne movies. It was all done by a very well-known choreographer named Jeff Imada, which is also studied from Daniel Santo. And again, if you know Bruce Lee, then you know Guru Dan, Game of Death, and all the other basic martial art movies. So that's a big step, actually, if you want to figure things out. And again, also, a lot of your lolos, God forbid, they're as time goes by, they're getting older. They know about it. They just don't like to talk about it. But
explain to us the system of ranking and how you receive that title.
Lakan Guro is like one of the highest ranks in Filipino martial arts. For FCS, it is the highest rank. I mean, directly under Tuhon Reynaldo himself. There's the first active Lakan Guro is myself, and then there's just a handful of others. So it is like the highest level. You could, I mean, if you compare it to other...
Fine Ray Reynaldo, because I'm guessing you're not Filipino, are you?
No.
So how did you become involved with FCS when it's all about Filipino martial arts?
If you do FMA, why don't you try out the FMA class? The guy's really, really good. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll try it out. And man, the first class, I was like, wow, I was like really impressed. So I was like, wow, this guy is really good. And the thing about Tuhon Reynaldo is like really humble, So he's like amazing martial artist, but you won't notice because he doesn't boast it. He does, you just have to go see it for yourself,
I saw how he moved. I was sold. It was something that I wanted to do. And, we live quite far from each other. So getting Rich to come out here and doing seminars with him and doing private lessons with him, was a bit of a task. But I've been with him for about 8 years now, on and off, mostly on. And I love the art. I love how it flows. I love, the application and the self-defense. I think it's the best self-defense for a real world, human being. You know what I love about the Filipino culture? Is the unity, and the family. And that's the one thing that I love more than anything, because in all the other systems, they're very, very staunchy and, very rigid. And hanging out with Rich when I would go and train, it was an all-day affair. I had to plan the whole day. If the class was at 12, he would call me on my way down. He's like, bring some ice, bring some soda. It's like, we're barbecuing. I'm like, Manong! I'm like, I got someplace to be. And so the class would start at 2 and would go until whenever. And that's what I loved more than anything about it. It was very family oriented. I'm very close with Manong Rich and all the FCS people.
I learn any and everything that has to do with Filipino martial arts. And so I've been training with Guro Ray for a while now. And, I had some prior experience with FMA. And I just loved it. And so I heard they were doing the tomahawk, or I guess they call it the effing hawk, and that's why I'm here.
What's the most interesting you've learned so far during the seminar?
I'd have to say the striking angles of the tomahawk, because it's not every day that you see how it gets used. I mean, you see military carry around, but you never actually get to see it in play. And so I think that's the most interesting part about FCS and what they're.
Hi, this is Melissa Chua reporting for FilAmTV in Sherman Oaks. You've just watched the FCS crew demonstrating some Filipino martial arts movements. Thank you for watching FilAmTV.